everyone, I am Jayashree Patil, science educator from Gajara International School, Katargam, and today we are going to see uh, changes in our environment. So let's start what we are going to learn in this video. So first thing that we are going to learn is why environment is important for us. Then we will move forward with the we care for our environment. Then we will see some types of pollution and their effects on us. Then after that, last point of the today will be saving the environment. So let's start with why environment is important. Before knowing importance of the environment, let us understand what is the environment. Uh, I hope that all of you know what is the environment, but just small recap that environment is nothing but everything surrounding us, either it is living thing or non-living thing. Now if you look around us, the trees, river, buildings, mountains, this all is part of your environment. Now is it important for us? Do you think that environment is important for you? Yes, environment is very important for all of us. For example, plants release the oxygen and that oxygen we breathe in. So yeah, that is one use. Then after that, some insects, they help in the pollination of some plants. So insects are also important for the plants. There are microbes, so many microbes such as bacteria, viruses, fungi. All these microbes are there. Now some of the microbes, they are harmful, but whereas some of the microbes, they are very useful to us, such as some bacteria transfer the atmospheric nitrogen in a form so that plants can take this. So microbes are also very useful to us. All these are the only few importance of the environment. Then we get drinking water from the environment. We get minerals, and whatever we have, the basic raw material for anything that we need comes from the environment only. So environment is very important part of our life. Now, do we care for the environment? Just ask yourself, environment gives us so many things. It gives you food, it gives you oxygen, it gives you water, it gives land to live on. So, it has offered you so many things. But do we as a human being care enough for the environment? If you ask yourself this question, the answer most probably should be no, and that is no, because most of the time for our selfish reason, we cut the trees. It can be for the furniture, it can be for the just decorative piece, or it can be just for sometimes because we need more land for the farming. So yes, we are cutting the forests. In turn, we are actually snatching the animals house from them. Forest animal live in the forest only, that is their home. Then large amount of fertilizers are put into the agriculture field. Because of this, what happens, the bacteria which are already living in the land, okay, which can help in the farming anyway, they die, and in the long run the loses its fertility. Then we construct the dams, we construct the power plants and other industries, and because of that, what happens, the environment adversely has changed. Where earlier forest used to be there, right now there are the buildings. Rivers are dried up, underground water is getting less day by day. So all these things are there because of our selfish reason. So if we ask ourselves, if day to day activity, we will see that we are not caring enough for the environment. So what are we doing that it is causing us so much? So there is the pollution. So I hope all of you know what is the pollution. Do you guys know what is the pollution? Pollution is nothing but harming our environment in one or another way. So mainly there are the four types of pollution: the air pollution, water pollution, land pollution and noise pollution. So let us start with the air pollution. If you think on this, do you think environment, air that we have surrounding us, atmosphere, is it clean? The air that we are breathing in, is it totally clean? The answer would be no. Why? Because we burn the fuel which leaves the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide in the air. Eventually, it actually increases the heat of the atmosphere. It is one reason of global warming. Then methane gases are also let out by the factories, automobiles. Sometimes burning of non-renewable sources also release the carbon dioxide. So all these things eventually leads to the air pollution. Now how does this air pollution affects us? The first thing, we don't have pure air to breathe. That can cause to the asthma. Then we don't have the atmospheric temperature, we should be at perfect level. That is not the perfect level, that increases the heat in the atmosphere, which leads to the global warming. So air pollution is not the good thing. And how we can actually stop it? We can switch to the electric vehicle, we can go for the CNG vehicles. Instead of the making the factories within the city premises, we can shift it away from the populated area. Let's move to the water pollution. Sometimes you might have seen people taking bath in the water, or they are giving bath to their animals. The same water is used for the cleaning clothes, washing utensil. All these things leads to very high phosphorus amount in the water, and because of this aquatic animals are put in the danger. Sometimes you throw the plastic in the water and eventually some sea animals eat that plastic. Oil spills also is one of cause of the water pollution. Water pollution is not only harming the aquatic animal, but it also harming the human being. What it does, sometimes we drink that water and we get the waterborne diseases such as the cholera. There are different factors for which causes the land pollution. One of them is the mass garbage throwing on a particular landform. Now what happens when there is the wastage on particular landform for a long period of time, eventually there is not all the waste is decomposable. The sum of the waste, it gets stuck there, it doesn't let the animals which are bacteria which are under the land or in the soil breathe, so it doesn't let them flourish. So eventually this land will become unfertile, it won't have any use of to grow the plants or to grow any kind of living things over there. So land pollution is also mainly done by the garbage, and the second one by the lots of use of fertilizer. When you put chemical fertilizers, eventually the natural fertility of the land which is there naturally, it dies out, and in a long run the land loses its fertility. After that comes the noise pollution. Okay, all of us like the music. Okay, now suppose there is a one factory nearby your house, and all the time one kind of sound is going on in this noise. Noise pollution can be caused by unnecessary honking. To understand what is noise pollution, first understand what is the noise. Noise is any sound that is unwanted and irritating. Any sound that irritates you is noise. So when there is so much of the noise, it is noise pollution. Most of the example of noise pollution can be said that loudspeakers, then unnecessary honking, factories making sound again and again, repeatedly sound by factories. These all are the example of the noise pollution. And how does this affect us? Noise pollution is said to be not only damage your ears, but it is said that it also affects you on the mental level. Sometimes people can be frustrated, irritating due to continuous noise pollution. So yes, that is also one of the big problems today's age. So saving the environment. These were the types of the pollution. So how we can save our environment for all these pollutions? What we can do to help our environment? It's our responsibility to protect our environment. If we don't protect it now, our future generation will never know the environment the way we know it. They won't ever know what is the forest or how they flourish. They will never know what is it to have the clean water, or what it is have the pure atmosphere, watching the joy of night sky. They will never know, all because just our selfishness and we spreading the pollution to maximum level. That is not we want to live for our future generation, and that is why it becomes our moral responsibility to protect our environment for our future kids or future generation. So it is done on the individual level as well as the government level. Government has taken few steps to reduce pollution and preserve the natural environment. In that way, most of the public sector vehicles such as the train, buses, these are going on the CNG travels. Even autos nowadays are CNG based. CNG reduces the amount of the pollution. Then in some areas the vehicles are being shifted from the renewable fuel to the non-renewable fuel to the renewable fuel. Electric vehicles are coming in the market. Some states have banned plastic in their state. Some states are using the reusable bags. They have actually completely stopped the use of plastic, polythene, or anything which is not non-renewable or which is not decomposable. So we can also manage our waste effectively to help our environment. These are the parts of the government is going to do their part on their way, but what about us? What we can do to save our environment on our level, on our home level, on our personal level? So there are 3 R's of the waste management that we can do. The first one is reduce. The thing that you can do without, like suppose there is something which has the plastic in it and you can totally neglect it ki, yeah, that is not something very necessary, so reduce that thing from your life. You can actually take it out, such as instead of getting carry bags from the vendors, you can carry the cloth bags or the paper bags with you when you are going outside in the market, and you can put your stuff in that only. So this way you are reducing the plastic waste. Reuse. Some things you can reuse. For example, just suppose you got the jam from the market. Now you have eaten all the jam and you have that empty container. Instead of throwing that empty container, you can reuse that container to store another thing. Recycle. Sometimes you can use old things to make a new things. For this, the best example will be handmade paper. Use your waste paper, make the handmade paper. Obviously, these handmade paper are not used for writing, but you can make the greeting cards, paper bags from this handmade paper, and you can use them. So these are some ways in which we can protect our environment and we can give our contribution. I hope you understood the chapter well and you are going to do your best to protect your environment so you will leave something good behind. Thank you.